Hey everybody, today I want to talk about an unusual experience that turned into a lifetime memory. I'm going to tell you guys how I met my husband. So, it was in 2012, I worked as a deputy clerk at our county's courthouse. So, this guy kept coming around and he was dressed in like a windsuit attire, and I'm thinking to myself, it's 2012, nobody wears those anymore. So he would always want to wash my car. So after several attempts, by me being single and I don't really do the washing car thing, I finally let him wash my car. So he washed the car, I paid him to wash my car, and my then boss came in and said, "You let him wash your car? You must don't know who that is." And so I was like, "No, not really, but I've been seeing him around." So my boss was like, that boy been in jail since he was like 15 years old, on and off. So I was like, okay, and it kind of scared me. It kind of shook me up because I was like, I don't go anywhere. So I'm like, okay, somebody else should have told me this before I gave him my keys. But as time moved on, I would always see him at my second job. I'm like, is he stalking me? Because I kept seeing him no matter where I was. He would always be around and just stare at me. Just drive by, he's staring. And I'm like, what's wrong with him? So I got a full-time position at another job where I was deputy clerk. And the same guy in the same windsuit just kept coming around. He would change the windsuit clothing, but basically that's what he wore. And I asked my new boss, I said, can you tell him to kind of, stop coming around so much? And she was like, that's my brother-in-law. And he likes you. He wants to go on a date with you. I'm like, no, I don't do prisoners, was my first thing. And so she was like, please go. He's a nice guy. He really has changed. And she told me a lot of things about him that I didn't know. So after 3 attempts to get me to go on a date, I finally said, okay. And he took me to the movies. We went out to eat. He made me laugh. I mean, the entire time I'm laughing, can't pay attention to the movie because he got my attention. And we started dating and everything, and it was wonderful. And when I say you can't judge a book by its cover, that's exactly what I mean. He has changed tremendously. He told me the stories about how when he was 15, he got with the wrong crowd and how he wanted to just he was just terrible. He wanted to do everything under the sun. And now he's a deacon at a church, and he could tell you any word in that Bible that you want to know or you don't understand, he can tell you. And I can say I'm proud of him. And when I first got with him and not knowing him and then getting to know him, now it's like I judged him. And I told him, I said, well, I judged you at first. And that's why I always tell people that always ask me questions about being married. Marriage is a beautiful thing. When you're married, you need to understand the concept of becoming one. You're no longer two, you're one.